Welcome back, everyone, and in this video we will be doing some grocery shopping at Soriana. So I went to the closest Soriana to me, which is the Plaza Patio location. It's been a while since I've been to the Soriana because I was away for quite some time, and when I came back I just went to my neighborhood mini grocery store or mini convenience store, so the Super Willies in my neighborhood, because I try to avoid large grocery stores because it just gives me anxiety. Too many products, just too much stimulation for my brain, and sometimes I get a headache because I'm trying to figure out which product should I buy, which product is the best quality for the best price. So it just gives me a headache, just the analysis paralysis. So this past Sunday I went to Soriana. Usually I don't go to large grocery stores on the weekends. I usually go on the weekdays. Weekday either in the evening or most times like in the daytime. So when most people are at work. But this Sunday I needed to just get out of the house, and so I got in the car and I drove down to this Plaza Patio Soriana. And boy, oh boy, next time I'm just gonna go find something else to do with my Sunday rather than going grocery shopping, because this Soriana surprised me, and you're gonna see that surprise at the end of this video. So keep watching. And if you are new to me, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click on the subscribe button. If there's anything that I say or that you notice during this video that you would like to comment on, please leave it in the comment section below, and you can also like this video if something resonates with you. So in this video I needed to get more fruits and veggies. So I have a fruiteria in my neighborhood that I go to buy my basic fruits and vegetables, but sometimes I would also buy them from the grocery store, because sometimes, as you can see, they have the yellow stickers which says oferta. Sometimes they have really good deals at the grocery store, and they're a little bit cheaper than the mercados and also the fruteria. Also, they have more options. So you can see peaches, you can see that cactus fruit, you can see kiwis, grapes, some products that you might not be able to find at the mercado or at your local fruteria. So some grocery stores will carry some imported items, and different grocery stores have different things that they carry. This Soriana, it's not so big on imported products because it's in a local neighborhood. If you want something specific, you might have to go to a 𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒐 selector or to a Walmart for something more specific. But I mostly consume locally produced items because, well, they are the most economical. So here I'm at the veggie aisle, the produce aisle, and they have so many options. So when I hear people tell me that they don't have a lot of veggie options in Mexico, I'm always so shocked, because it's like I'm looking at so many vegetables here. Like they have celery, they have beets, they have peppers, bell peppers, yellow, green, orange, red. They have cabbages, red cabbage and the green cabbage. They have cauliflower over there. They have nopales, which is like cactus. They have herbs like dill, parsley. So I'm just like, okay. They also have mushrooms, just different types of vegetables. So, and like jalapeno, carrot. So I'm always so surprised when people tell me that they don't have a lot of veggie items in Mexico, at least in Merida. It's always such a surprise to me. So, so as you can see, I'm just going about. This is my first time in a long time in a large grocery store in Mexico. So I was a little bit lost, even though I had my grocery list. I ended up buying like 70% on that list, and 70% of what wasn't even on my list. That happens, right? So I decided to bring my camera along. So this is my first time bringing a camera with me in the grocery store and filming myself in the grocery store. So I'm still a little bit new at this vlogging thing. So please bear with me. All right, so here I'm just thinking about which eggs to buy. So one thing about Merida is that it's very hard to find brown eggs, brown shell eggs, and when you do find them, they cost about 3 times more, which is ridiculous. Usually brown shell eggs are usually maybe like 10-15% more, but in Merida it's like almost 3 times the price. So sometimes I will buy brown shell eggs because I don't eat eggs as much. So I'm able to just spend a little bit more on that. And yeah, so I didn't really buy those bananas because my local fruterias they sell the same bananas. I don't know if it's the same price more or less, but I'm like, there's no point buying something I can locally buy. So these pumpkins, I thought they were very cute. I wanted to buy them as decoration for my apartment, but I was like, you know what? No, let me just drop them. In case, let me buy something I can actually eat. So I picked up 2 mangoes. I've tried one of the mangoes so far, and they are so juicy and delicious. And here they have, is it yellow onions? In my local fruteria, they only have the white, they call them white onions, and also the purple onions. So I guess they call them red onions. But I just wanted to buy those yellow onions. And aguacate. So these aguacates, I love these aguacates over the other aguacates because these are very creamy. I only bought two for some reason because it's just me and I don't eat as much. Like right now it's like almost 9 p.m. and I've only eaten like one so far. So I don't really eat as much, and because of that I try not to buy too many things. So now I'm here thinking, okay, what's going on? These eggs used to be like less than 70 pesos, and they were like 77. Now they're like 82 pesos for 30 packs. So I'm just like, what is going on here? But anyway, I bought them anyway. Usually these packs they last me
It's a big cake when I get home. That's not bad.
several weeks. Several weeks. Sometimes 2 months. I still have those eggs because I don't eat breakfast that often. I usually use them to bake when I have the energy. Once in a while, I'll fry some eggs or I'll boil them, but I don't eat eggs as much. All right, so as you can see, my cart, it's mostly fruits and veggies, a lot of fruits and veggies, because that's what I consume a lot, even though my tummy, my tummy doesn't show it, but that's a story for another day, actually. Um, so um, I saw yellow lemons, yeah, lemons. They call them lima, yellow limes or yellow lemon, yeah, lemons, because they are very hard to find in Spanish speaking countries. So in Mexico, even in Colombia, I don't think I saw a lemon, or maybe I saw it once at a grocery store, but they're very hard to come by. But these lemons that I saw, they weren't fresh actually, but I bought them anyway. They were probably imported in from the States. But lime, they are everywhere. You can find lime everywhere. And I've actually gotten used to the taste of lime now over lemon. All right, so now I made my way to the cheese and the ham section. And the fridge for the cheese and ham section, they need to clean them. And that's one thing about many stores here in Merida. They're not super clean. And look at those kids in the tiny cars over there. So some grocery stores in Merida will have kid-friendly cart. All right, so you can see the grocery stores are organized in a strategic way. So the wine and cheese are like very close together, and then when you keep walking, you're gonna run into the meat section, meat, fish, and then the panaderia, the bread section. It's also in the same aisle. I mean, in the same area. So everything is organized in a way that is strategic. For me, I usually go to the same store so that I know where everything is and I don't have to be looking around for something. All right, so one funny thing about sales in the grocery stores here in Mexico is that the sales sometimes can be ridiculous. Sometimes it's like 1 peso off or 2 pesos off. Sometimes it's the same price. Walmart is notorious for that. So they're gonna put like a yellow sticker on something, and you think on sale. But then when you lift that yellow sticker, you're gonna see that the price under that yellow sticker is the same price as the price on the yellow sticker. So do not be fooled. Always know the price of things. So I bought these 2-pack ham. I believe they were on sale. I'm pretty sure they weren't. So they were like 57 pesos. So they were like those for uno, 2 for 1. I just thought, okay, let me buy that
Look
because
at all
sometimes I
these
use that as my breakfast item.
chicken wings for like 40 pesos. Buying this outside will be like 300 pesos. Maybe 300 pesos for these ones. 300.
Alright, so I just picked up a pack of seasoned chicken wings. They were about 40 pesos or so because the night before I had some okay chicken wings. There were like 5 of them for like 150 pesos. And then I think 8 or 10 pieces were like 300 pesos. So I was like, well, this is like ridiculously cheap. Alright, so this is the bread section. So one issue that I have with the bread section in Merida or in Mexico, especially in Merida, is that the bread are out in the open. As you can see, they're open and they are very low. Like you're walking and then dust and dirt from people's shoes can get on those bread on the lower shelves. Now during the pandemic, many of these stores, they actually covered those bread items, but post 2022 they removed all the lids and they just threw them away. I don't know what happened, but during the pandemic they closed everything. So I think it would be better if they can actually put those lids back, at least for hygienic purposes. Now I don't eat bread as much, but on this occasion I thought, okay, let me buy these bread made at the grocery store. So they're okay, but I prefer them over bimbo, like bread that has to be brought into the store. Those bread were actually made there in the store and they were packaged on that same day. All right, look at all these pallets of cervezas, of beers. So you have Modelo, you have those Ekis, you have is that Bohemia, like packs and packs of them. So now I thought, okay, let me go buy ice cream. I usually don't eat ice cream as much and I don't buy them that often, but once in a while I'll just buy them and they stay in my freezer for several weeks. So on this occasion I thought, okay, which ice cream should I buy? Now mind you, I eat 95% of what I consume them at home. So sometimes I don't mind splurging on groceries because it is still significantly cheaper than buying them outside, right? But like for example, this ice cream was like 69 pesos. If I were to buy like 1 scoop of ice cream outside, it's like 50 pesos for just 1 scoop. So at the end of the day, a lot of things are still cheaper. Even if I'm buying like the expensive brand, it's still much cheaper than eating out. Many times when I eat out here in Merida, I'm usually not satisfied. 90% of the time I'm usually disappointed because the meal is either salty or it has no taste, it has no soul, it just blah. So I cook for myself at home. So now I was trying to figure out how much that packaged ham cost because I didn't really see the price. So I wanted to check at the price checker. So it came out to about 57 pesos. And these guys breaded chicken nugget. For some reason they wouldn't scan. So I tried to help him scan it, but still it wouldn't scan. I think the sticker was wet because it was from the frozen aisle. But there's actually there's a price tag on that chicken pack, so I don't know why he wanted to check again, even though the price, uh, is what displayed on the chicken pack. All right, so now I'm almost at the end of my grocery because I was like, you know what, I have a headache. I have to go home. Anything I don't buy, I'll just buy them from like my small convenient grocery store in my neighborhood because it's just all this stuff everywhere, too many options, too many things to think and to buy. I was like, you know what, yeah. So and also as you can see, so many unhealthy food items, lots of soda, cervezas and so many things. Once in a while, I will buy some snacks, some unhealthy items, but I find that many of the processed foods they are actually way more expensive than healthy foods. Like I can buy one huge mango for like let's say 20 pesos, and I'll buy a pack of cookies for like 30 pesos. So it's like, well, okay, the healthier food options are much cheaper. So again, I don't understand when people say that unhealthy foods are much cheaper than healthier foods. Like I don't know where those people shop. I don't know where they shop. Um, so right now I'm almost at the end of my grocery, and I was figuring out which milk to buy. I usually buy maybe like one or two at a time. Again, I don't use as much milk, only to add to my coffee when I do drink coffee. I don't really eat cereal like that. So one pack like that can last me like several days in a week. All right,
Oh, it's
so
so annoying.
now this
So they only
is
have
the
like
surprise.
they only have wow. This is ridiculous.
Yep,
Uh,
it's absolutely ridiculous because this is a surprise I was talking about, the fact that going grocery shopping on a weekend, and also it's ridiculous because it's a weekend and they only had four people working. Like they only had like four tills open, and then they had those
this
machines
is
for people with like
ridiculous.
less than 30 items, and
See,
even they had
all these
such a
people
long
behind
lineup.
me. So this is Soriana. This is the lineup.
Yeah, check it out. Look how long the line was for the machine, right? So these people are waiting to pay at the self checkout
And this is another
machines,
lineup.
less than 30 items. I had more than 30 items. And these people are waiting for an actual attendant. And let me tell you, Mexicans are very patient because if this was Canada, people would have left. As a matter of fact, a few people left and they left their chips and such, and they just left. And I've done that one or two times. I'm like, you know what? This isn't important. So I left. So after 40 minutes, yeah, I was in line for maybe 40 to 45 minutes. Yes. On a normal day, I would have just abandoned everything in my cart and just go home. They're lost. But because I had nothing else to do at home anyway, it was quite warm outside, warm in my apartment, and I needed a place to go. I just thought, you know what? Let me just use that time to catch up on my messages. And before I knew it, it's been 40 minutes. I had been waiting in line for 40 minutes. But yeah, I have never done this before. Usually, I only shop on a weekday. I don't shop usually on the weekends because of this issue. And this was a surprise. The fact that they only had four people working on a weekend. I was quite shocked by that. And people were actually patient. People were patient. I was quite surprised by that. Like nobody was yelling or fighting or anything. So now I'm gonna pass my card over to the senior. So the seniors here in Mexico, actually, it's all over the
Buenas
country.
tardes.
In Mexico, they work at the grocery stores. They help you bag, right?
Tengo bolsas.
Unlike Walmart in Canada and I guess the US, where the seniors will just greet people. They greet you. Sometimes they'll organize a cart, but here they actually work. They will help you bag, but guess what? They don't pay them. So they work by tips. You pay them 10 pesos, 20 pesos, 40 pesos, 50 pesos. It depends on, how much change. So it's very important. It's very important to have change with you in Merida. All right, guys. So that is it for my grocery shopping, and see you in the next one.